Well, it's officially the last day of archery season here in Montana, and this season has really kicked my ass. I started it back in August, setting up my blind for antelope, and then worked my way into deer season. And the antelope did not want to cooperate with coming to water. There was just so much water this year that it was really hard to narrow down exactly where they were going to get water from. The deer, plenty of deer showing up on my trail cams. A couple Pope and young deer, some nice bucks. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those seasons where I felt like I was doing everything right, but in the end it just couldn't come together. I had deer at 5 yards, I had deer at 7, 20, 30, 40. I mean, I had a lot of successful stalks, which is good. You know, I'm proud of myself for really honing in on the spot and stalk skill. But yeah, just a lot of missed opportunities and things that can kind of get out of your control. With bow hunting, it's one of those things where you just need everything to happen right. But yeah, I think it's going to be a rifle season. I am just out here seeing what's around, gonna give it one last shot and then call it good. If I don't see anything, I'll be out next week for rifle season, and hopefully the deer haven't been pushed around too much, that the nice ones that I've actually been targeting are still going to be in the area, but you never know. So we'll see what happens next week. Well, I got all 3 rifles there dialed in. I got that rock that I shoot every year. That's about it's 467 from where I'm at right now. I haven't had to take a shot on an animal further than that, so I don't plan on it, but I'm comfortable there. First shot every time on that rock, even with a little bit of a wind coming in from my 7-8 o'clock, drilled it every time. So rifles are looking good, they're shooting well. All 3 are ready to rock. Now I just got to put a decent buck in front of myself or my wife, and it should be a eventful rifle season. Well, we headed to the mountains to do a little elk hunting and deer hunting and bear hunting and wolf hunting. Pretty much anything that I have a tag for is out here. So our main focus is going to be an elk, but whatever opportunity comes our way, we might try to capitalize on that. So we're out here first thing in the morning, checking out a couple of my glassing spots that I have from spring bear hunts. And good news is there are deer and elk in the area. We've already seen relatively fresh tracks, a day or two old, in the snow. So now we just have to find them and see where they're hanging out, getting food. I don't know. Well, I just dropped my brother off this morning to the airport. Those mountains, they really kicked our ass. We didn't see anything that was legal to shoot. You know, between my bear tag, elk tag, buck tag, wolf tag, we didn't see anything. We saw whitetail does and we saw one spike 1.5-year-old whitetail buck. So not much going on, a ton of hunters. I've never been on public land that was so covered with hunters before, so I probably won't be going back. There was just too much pressure there. There wasn't enough game. Every trailhead had a car on it, but we certainly tried. A lot of hiking, got in pretty deep in some locations, but we just could not find anything to hunt. So I'm on my way back home now, and there's a piece of property that this landowner was asking for some help on. Helping get rid of some of the deer on his property because they keep getting into his hay bales. So I'm gonna swing by this morning and see what's going on, see what he has. I've got a whitetail doe tag, and you know, if there's even a somewhat decent buck, I'll probably shoot it just to help this landowner out. So I've had plenty of opportunities during archery season, you know, to take a really nice mature buck, and I was hoping I could get one with the rifle this year, but my time is just running thin. I don't have much more time to fill that tag. So, you know, if it's going to help out this landowner, so be it. I don't need to have a big mature buck. So about 15 minutes away from his place, I'll see what's out there and might be going home with some meat today. Well, I'm out on this property, and there's a buck out there. I'll shoot him if he crosses the fence. He's like 40 yards on the other side of the fence, though. So I need them to come back this way. So hopefully I can get a shot off. But there's a lot of deer out here. So this might work out if I just wait a little while. He seems a little bit ruddy. So he's definitely chasing a doe. Well, I'm just watching all these deer from the farm, and they're on the wrong side of the fence. And that guy doesn't let anybody hunt, and they know that, so they're staying on that side. But one of the does did cross into this field. There was a small fork muley buck in tow. He's getting ready, but he didn't jump the fence. And then there's also a couple whitetail that might jump the fence that I'm watching right now, but the buck is pretty small, so if anything, I'll just take the doe. And yeah, deer are running all over the place, chasing each other, so the rut is definitely kicking off, which is good. I just need something to hop the fence so I can actually get a shot. It's hard to see how steep this stuff is, but this is some rough country. If I get something down here, it is going to be a workout getting it out. Well, block management was a bust. One of the landowners on the colony decided to drive through the block management. He knew what he was doing. He drove right by the parking area and saw that there was 2 vehicles there. Just drove in anyways, drove all over the field. So I switched spots. I left. I jumped about a mile east onto some state land. You can already tell there's way more deer sign over here, and a muley doe just popped up, but I'm kind of hunkered down at the moment to see what she does. And once she goes behind that hill, I can keep moving in. Okay, so it's the last day for me to hunt, and I went back to my original spot from archery. We were out there for about
45 minutes to an hour. And a bunch of whitetail. Showed up with a couple of nice whitetail bucks. One of them's really nice. They jumped onto private, so I made a phone call. Got permission. So now we're just trying to wait for the wind to get right and then make our way in. I'm about 500 yards from them right now, and they're bedded down, so it might actually work out today.
So we spotted those deer this morning and had a couple bucks getting real ruddy, and there's a couple really nice shooters in there. So we tried getting on them. They bedded down on property that we didn't have permission to hunt, and tried moving in because I figured they'd pull out and start feeding again in that field that I could hunt in. So as we're waiting, something spooked them out. It wasn't us. They didn't catch our wind, but they took off and headed south. And they took off probably a mile, bedded up again. So we had permission to hunt that guy's property, so we're gonna head south. We're gonna come up from the south and try to get the wind right, and then try to make a play from there.
Oh, he shot. He shot. I don't know. Saw a round impact where those group of deer were. He didn't shoot at that buck. Everything looks like a clean mess. I'll get ready because that fucking buck is still laying there. I'm filming.
Dude, it's a nice deer.
How dark he is. Look, big whitetail.
Dude, he looked way smaller from that far away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Got little lobsters on the end. Dude. Nice, man.